Hey, Dr. Robin here. And I thought it'd be fun to give you a little more information about me and my medical stuff that's been happening the last couple months. People who have been around for a while know that I have fairly severe asthma and some other medical stuff. And the last couple months, I haven't been working very much, and my team has been doing an amazing job keeping things going. So I so appreciate everyone. But I wanted to show you some of the stuff that I use and some of the stuff that I've been needing in order to stay breathing. So you just have some ideas about what's been going on and why, like, sometimes the emails aren't from me lately, even though usually they would be. So asthma is a problem in the lungs where the very teeny tiny airways can get really swollen and actually close down. And I had an asthma exacerbation early in the year. This is 2026. I'm recording this because of just like a regular kind of cold that people get, and that happens sometimes. But I was on prednisone, and prednisone is a medicine that keeps your lungs from swelling up too much, and so you can breathe, which is good, but it also makes your immune system not work quite as well. And when I was on prednisone, my immune system wasn't working quite as well. I caught a virus called Human Metapneumovirus. Human Metapneumovirus is kind of like a cold, but it goes down into the lungs in a way that other viruses don't. And it actually damages the lining on the inside of your lungs and makes it all kind of start falling apart and coming off. And so the lungs start filling up with all this yucky stuff that's kind of a mix of white blood cells and inflammation and dead lung cells. And the problem is, most people, it's just super, super annoying. So my whole family got it, and my husband, both kids were coughing a whole lot, and they were coughing up crud from their chest too. My husband ended up on prednisone himself, even though he does not have asthma. My kids were using my nebulizer machine, which I'm going to show you here in a minute. But when I caught it, my immune system was down, and so I got really, really sick. And it was kind of scary there for a little bit, but modern medicine is great. And we had everything we needed to keep me safe the whole time. But it did mean there were a couple weeks there where I basically just lay propped up in bed working on breathing. And my wonderful team kept everything going that whole time. But it does mean that things were not moving forward the way they usually do, because I create all of the lessons and do all of like the stuff here because I'm Dr. Robin, right? And so I didn't do anything. So those 2 weeks I really didn't do anything. But for about 2 months there, I was spending a lot of my time being sick. But I wanted to show you some of the stuff that I was using that helped during this time. So now I'm back to more or less me. I'm not all the way there yet. I'm still on prednisone. I will be for a few more weeks, which is not a whole lot of fun. So it makes me kind of swollen and puffy, and my skin feels weird when I touch it because it's so soft. And that's not typical for me, and I bruise super easily. I'm not going to show you the crazy bruises I have from coughing, but I tore a muscle in my belly when I was coughing, and so my whole belly got this huge bruise that's currently like green and purple and red, and it looks terrible, but feels much better. Still looks bad. So all of this stuff happens as part of it that just makes it that much more interesting. But let me show you some of the stuff I'm using. So first of all, if you see any like smoke coming from down here, that's not smoke, that's my humidifier. Everywhere I go, I have a humidifier. It's better now than it was, but imagine all that crud in the lungs. If it got kind of thick and sticky, that would not be good, right? It would get stuck. So I have humidifiers everywhere. Well, in my bedroom is mostly where I've been. But now that I'm back at my desk, I have one like right next to me at all times. And then lots and lots of water because I want to keep everything thin and runny so I can cough it up. But the most important part is keeping airways open because air has to get all the way through the lungs. So with asthma, normally you'd be using an inhaler, right? But the problem with an inhaler is you go, and then that's it. You just get one shot to get the medicine in there. And if the airways are really tight, they just get to that first little spot. So that's not going to help. Right? So instead, what people use is a nebulizer. Those of you who are already using my program know that in the asthma lesson, I go through all of this in detail. So you want to learn more, go to the asthma lesson. But this is my nebulizer, and his name is Ned. He's my penguin, and he lives in an igloo because if you're going to have to use this thing all the time, it may as well be cute. And when I was really sick, I was using it every hour, all night long, all day long. It was exhausting because I would use it, I would sleep for like almost an hour and then wake up short of breath, coughing, need to use it again. It's not fun, but it sure feels good. So if you've ever seen someone with an inhaler, take their inhaler, and then a second later they go, ah. It's because breathing feels so good. And nebulizers do the same thing. So a nebulizer has this piece here that has the medicine in it. So you just squirt the medicine in there. And actually, it comes in these little tubes that you just open it up. And again, more detail about how this actually works in the asthma lesson. So I think how it works is so cool. You just squirt it in there and then put the lid back on. And when I turn it on, it sounds kind of like a blow dryer, and it just makes the air go through here, through this tube. And so it sucks in through the back of Ned here, and then it blows the air out this tube and up in through here. That makes the medicine go in the air so I can breathe it. So I'll turn that on for you here. I've been asked many times why it's open at both ends, because if you're breathing it like this, and this end is closed, then you suffocate. So it has to be open. So you actually breathe in about half the medicine because you breathe out half the time. But that's how it's meant to be, so it's totally fine. So this is the nebulizer. And so that gets lots of medicine into somebody. So that's a really important part of treating asthma, is getting that medicine there to open up the lungs. Another really important thing that I have that is so cool is something called a spirometer. So a spirometer is a way of testing how well you're breathing. When they invented them, first of all, it's pretty amazing. But up until just a couple of years ago, you could only use them in a doctor's office or in a hospital. But nowadays, you can use them at home. Now, this one takes a prescription, and most people don't need something this fancy. But because I have scarring in my lungs from COVID, and I also have lifelong severe asthma, it's kind of complicated in there. And so my doctor and I decided this is something that I should have at home. And it is super cool because I can do complete lung testing. And so the way this works at home is pretty much the same thing as a hospital, except that at home I use my phone. And so all I have to do is pull up the app on my phone, tell it to start a test, and then I just breathe in and out as big and hard as I can. Now we're going to see if this works. I'm just filming this live. Sometimes if my lungs are not as happy, then I'll start coughing a bunch and I can't do it. But I just did a neb treatment, so I should be able to do this. And so I just hit OK, and then I just breathe in and out. It should have told me by now that it's good enough. Oh, there we go. It just told me it's good enough. And you can't see the screen on here, but I can see the screen on my phone, and it gives me a little green that says acceptable trial, which acceptable is being like, I wish it would say like, excellent job, well done you. And then it gives me all of my results. And this actually, it's kind of fun, I filmed this. This is the first time I've gotten a green on this in 2 months. So in asthma, you use lights, red, yellow, and green. So the red zone is where you don't want to be. And I was in the red zone for a long time. And I've been stuck in the yellow zone for a long time. This was actually my first green test, you guys, and we got it on film. So I'm in the green for the first time, and this is really, really cool. So you can't see on here, but all my results are listed on here. And it shows all my results on here. And the very top one's green. I'm breathing like a normal person almost. So that's exciting. I'm at 75% on some things, up to 80%, 89%. And one of them's at 100. Oh, look at me. I passed my test, you guys. So that's something I can do at home to monitor this and see how I'm doing. And then once I'm in the green permanently, I'm still checking every single day. And then we'll know if I start dropping down again. So hopefully I never get that sick again because we can catch it a little bit faster. But really, this wasn't avoidable. I was on prednisone. I got this virus. It was going to be bad. But because we have such good treatments for asthma, here I am telling you about it instead of being really, really sick still. So that's what's been happening at Dr. Robin's school, is Dr. Robin has been lying in bed doing nebulizer treatments every hour. But last night I actually had 1 4-hour block of sleep and a couple 3-hour blocks of sleep, and I am feeling so much better. I was so tired last night. Well, I've been so tired this whole time, but this is the most sleep I've gotten this entire time. So turned the corner, ready to tell you guys about it. But this does mean that things aren't quite going the way I intended. So a lot of you have heard some things about Making More Humans, which is my new human reproduction program that's coming out. This is my magnum opus. This is the thing that I've wanted to do forever. Anyone who's currently has access to that from our old program, it's fine. The science is all good. The quality, I was actually, oddly, recovering from COVID, like the COVID that scarred my lungs when I recorded that. So I look at those videos and I look at the first ones and I'm like, ooh, I was really sick still. I thought I was better. I was still really sick. So each video I get like healthier. And here I am doing the final version and I'm recovering from metapneumovirus. So apparently this is just how I do this. But It is almost 50 lessons. It might end up being over 50 when I'm done. I haven't finished the conclusion yet because I wanted to have everything else done and really synthesize it before I did the last few lessons, which are really going to focus on coming back to it and that this is a lifespan thing. Super amazing curriculum. And my team's kept working on it, which is great. Our designer has done amazing work on this. Jill's been doing amazing work keeping everything running. And Karina, who's my head of operations, has just made sure everything happens without me there. And it's just checked in with me by text and kept everything going. So I don't know what I would have done without them. So we were going to release it a little bit earlier, but now we're going to be doing June 2nd. It's not going to be like this mega launch. This is like opening the doors to our closest friends and family. So we're super excited to let you guys in. And then we'll just be continuing to build on that over the summer and into the fall because things have been a little bit different. And I'm still obviously not at 100% since I just got to the green today. And I'm still on prednisone for another month. So I'm working a couple hours a day right now, but I'll be working up to more. And yeah, I'm really excited about it. We also are going to make some changes for summer book club. Normally, I would have already planned it, recorded everything. Obviously, that didn't happen. So we're going to be using some of our older summer book club stuff. Still great quality, but if you've already done it, it will be a repeat. But I'm doing what I can, you guys. And that's what I can handle. But for everyone who's not done book club before, love our book club. I actually have a list of over 300 books in which the main character has a medical condition or disability. And I picked some of my favorite for us to use for book club. So that's going to be this summer. And we haven't decided exactly what that's going to look like. Partly we don't know how I'm going to be. Jill will probably be running that to kind of save some of my bandwidth. This is a long recovery process. We've been planning summer book club this entire time. And then this happened and I didn't want to like give up on it. We just are going to have to pivot a little bit. And you know, I'm human and you guys are human, so you know how that works. And we'll be letting you guys know more once we figure out how this is going to look. And since we're going to be having to manage making more humans and the book club, and then of course, all the regular everyday stuff that you guys get. But I wanted to show you guys some of this because first of all, it's cool equipment, like especially the spirometer. This thing is awesome. Also, people have noticed that something doesn't seem quite the same around here. People have noticed some dates have changed. Things haven't come out like they normally would. It's me. I haven't quite been like coming out of bed like I normally would, but I'm back and hopefully never do that again because that was awful, but we don't control everything. I'm excited to be back. I'm excited that we're getting going on this stuff again. I wanted to be at work. I love what I do. And it was really hard not to be. Karina is having to pace me. She's like, you're not allowed to come to this meeting. If you come in, I'm putting you out. And I'm like, okay, I won't come. I know I'm not welcome, but I need help not doing things because I'm too excited to be back. I tend to go from 0 to 60. If you have any questions, you can always message us. You can email us. Jill is always there to reply to things. More information will be coming out in the newsletters. The Monday Inner Circle newsletter is going to have a little bit more, of course, because you guys are current students. But the Friday, I'll make sure there's plenty of information in there too, so you guys all know. The Friday email is the one that goes out to everybody, so you guys will know what's going on and what's coming. And yeah, I'm really excited to be back, and I'm excited what we have planned in store for you guys. And it's going to be a really cool summer. Looking forward to it with you.